Hello, welcome to the program. I'm Lana Kay. Well, two of our favorite guests are here with us today. In the past, they came to discuss articles that they submit to Whole Living Journal on a regular basis. Today, they're with us to discuss their new book. That's right, their new book. Please welcome authors Patricia, Garry, and Francine Haydon. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for inviting us.
It's great to see you back again. And congratulations, of course. And right off the bat, let's show their amazing book. It's called Right Brain, Left Brain, Use Everything You've Got to Create a Great Life. It's a colorful jacket. I have to give you all a lot of credit. The most unique part is that they are caricatures in the book, and they're on the cover, and they're also all throughout the book. And this one is Francine with the long hair, taller, and this is Patricia. So a great idea, just a great idea.
We had a lot of fun with it.
And something that I've never seen before.
But I really talked to our artist, Pick Michelle, about not making me too short compared to Francine.
I've got
and I am shorter, but I didn't want to be too short.
Right. So now let's talk about Pick Michaels, because Pick Michelle. Yeah. Okay, throughout the book, what a talented illustrator you picked.
Well, she also illustrates for Whole Living Journal. If you look, she does like the little political cartoon, more or less, that type of thing in the book.
New Age cartoon.
Yeah, New Age.
Okay, now let me ask you this. This is something going away from the content in the book, but let me ask you something. Does the illustrator, did you give her the information and then she picked out where to go with their illustrations, or did you say we want this illustration there? How does that work? They're all throughout the
beginning.
We did the words and she did the pictures.
Except for the front here. The idea, we said with the brains, that the right brain, left brain, because we've always been told kind of like color and you know.
I see.
Basics, so we're kind of two things, and then she came up with the idea of how to do that.
And they're standing on a brain. So we forgot that part too. Okay, so that's how the illustrator goes. Okay, now what's the overall goal of the book?
To assist you to work through projects on your own, so you create what you've actually envisioned or what you've been dreaming of doing.
And to make it easy for people to know just how powerful they are.
Oh, great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so to let them know. So in the introduction, you write that you are both spiritual people who are also practical people. And that's what we need, is that combination, right, for success. So explain, and I'm going to go to Patricia now. Right brain, left brain. For the people that don't know, I didn't know.
Well, the right brain controls the left side of the body. The left brain controls the right side of the body. The right brain is the creative, the spontaneous, the free, the global, the big picture thinker. And the left brain is the organizer, the details, this is right and this is wrong kind of brain, whereas the right brain just kind of sees a big, beautiful picture and is not so much concerned with this is right, this is wrong. The right brain wants to find a way to bring it all together.
So that when we need that combination, the book talks about combining the two. Okay, now both of you love Reiki. A lot of people don't know what that is, so that's energy healing. And you also love tarot, the tarot cards.
Yep.
Okay, now you say that they provide immediate assistance to you when finding a challenge or needing an answer. So tell us a little bit about how this fits in with the book, is your backgrounds.
Well, initially we both come from very corporate backgrounds.
Right.
I was in insurance, before that in clothing manufacturing, and then
I do actually community development, so it's more the nonprofit world, but it is the practical part of actually building the buildings in the neighborhoods.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
So we were actually both kind of stuck in that left brain world for quite a while, and then had the dawning of, it works much better if you look at the whole intuitive picture, listen to what your gut tells you, pay attention to, what comes to you and the messages.
Oh, yes.
I always said this was not on my career path.
But it became your career path. Okay. So you said you have found love and acceptance are the first requirements for shifting our lives.
Yep.
So to a lot of people, what do you mean by finding love and acceptance?
Or being loved and accepting.
Within.
It is more like that. And it is about, to me, one of the big splits in the country right now is not Democrat and Republican. It's those people motivated or those people drenched in love and those people drenched in fear. And if you're fearful, you're going to be against everything, you're going to be protecting, you're going to be holding everything tight. And if you're loving, then everything opens up for you and for all the people you're around.
Well, think of the old idioms. They always say, if you love what you do, the rest will come.
Yes.
Because you're really enthusiastic about what you're doing, people are drawn to you, like a moth to a flame. Because say, I want to get like she is.
Right.
And how do I do that? And that's what this is basically. We're trying to give them some guidelines on how they can do it too, instead of wishing and wanting.
Right.
Actually, practical application.
Yeah.
Okay, now you both say being in the present is so very important. You want us to plan for the future, learn from our past, but stay in the present. Why is that so important? And Francine, you go with this one.
Well, number one, too many people are stuck in the past. You know, well, I did this, I can't do that, or I'm this thing and I can't do that, and that's not the case. You have to be able to think big, and whatever you dream about, whatever you can imagine is what you can create. Being in the present says, okay, I'm not just wishing and wanting, I'm actually taking steps now to implement what I want to be in the future.
Okay, you both say we do our best to walk the talk and practice these concepts. You said that in the introduction, and you both sure do, because as you just said, in your Whole Living Journal article where you let us know you had written a book, you wrote, we did it, and so can you. And I like that. So many authors, especially by the time they author a book, it's like, we're so important. But you said, we did it, and so can you, drawing us all in. And that was, very warm and
that's what our workshops are about, to take the book apart and work with a group of people with some practical steps and some creative steps, with some vision boards, but some promises and some homework.
Absolutely.
We're like your physical conscience. It's like, why aren't you doing it? What's holding you back?
Right, you're keeping them on course. Okay, you write in the foreword, many concepts are revealed to us, meaning both of you, through meditation. Now, Patricia, do you meditate every day?
Not every day, but I always say the Dalai Lama probably doesn't think he meditates enough either, and I know I don't meditate enough. But if I do a reading every day, then I'm connected to spirit as I'm doing that reading. So some days I have to count that, since I haven't.
Okay, you count. And Francine, would you say you do, or
Well,
just
you
a
try
lot?
to meditate every day. I know I cleanse and protect every morning, every night. And as Patricia said, whenever we're doing work with clients, whether you're channeling Reiki energy or you're channeling information from your guides when you're doing a tarot reading, you are connected. So that is part of that spirituality.
Okay, so a lot in the book you say you want us to, and there's steps, just great steps, practical steps in the book, but meditation is in there a lot. So you do want us, even if we never have done it before, you want us to begin to get still, get quiet, and see.
It doesn't necessarily mean still and quiet. You can take a walk, as long as you're not plugged into earphones and as long as you're not shouting or whatever. Just taking a walk and being in the world can be a good meditation. Painting a wall can be a good meditation. Ironing, I think, is an excellent meditation, not one I do very often.
But
I mean,
anything where we're not thinking or
where your mind is
plugged in.
focused on a task, but not a difficult task. So you're paying attention to the ironing, but the rest of your brain is free to connect with spirit.
It goes back with the idea of mindful meditation, where labyrinths, like we have a lovely labyrinth in Milford that
Yeah.
Patricia just discovered recently. But the idea is you're concentrating on the physical, like I'm lifting one foot and putting
Yes.
it down, I'm putting my left foot down, and I see a tree. But the idea is your conscious mind is engaged, so your subconscious opens up and can receive the download of information.
Okay.
And by that kind of repetitive, that's like some people count sheep, how that puts you to sleep. The idea is it just gets your mind relaxed, so it allows things to happen.
That's what our Whole Living Journal columns have grown out of many conversations and experiences, you two say. So these are doable ideas. They're founded in practicality. And this is what I like about this book. They are meant to lead the reader step by step. The book can assist you daily, and you say the book can be flipped open at random. You say, let the
A lot of
universe
people do
guide
that.
you. Or as you read through, you say, this one's for me. Oop, I'm connecting with this. So that's how you want us to use the book.
Some people are using it for a coloring book.
Okay, oh, well,
It's got
that's
so
fine.
many
Yeah, well,
cartoons in it.
I understand,
Yeah.
I see how that would happen, that's fine. They're getting quiet, they're meditating and coloring.
Right.
Okay, one of the chapters may speak to you. So the key, you say, is to trust. So we're trusting this process of whatever I turn to or whatever I find connects me. We're trusting that. You want us to trust and allow. So tell us about allow, because many of us are not open. Are we not open to receive, or is that what allow is
We try to
receive?
control everything.
Or where the fear comes in.
Okay.
People
so-
say they want to be a famous writer, but then they go, what will happen? Because I can't move, my kids are going to school here, or I can't do this. So as soon as you put a but in there, you negate everything that's said before that
Oh,
statement.
that's interesting. Oh, that's good. So that's where we want to trust this process and allow then. Stop the roadblocks.
Think of what we're kind of taught. We're kind of taught we're going to be judged. I mean, a 3-year-old kid picking up a violin should be able to play the violin. No way. But if we let go of that and think that the universe has our back, I mean, this is a loving universe. It wants us to succeed. We're getting support. The energy's there to move us forward.
Good.
Because the universe wants to move forward.
Okay.
Then we don't have as much to fear, and we can relax a whole lot more.
Isn't that good? Okay, let's have the intent. At the end of at the beginning, it says the intent is everything. So our intention, what we want is everything.
You get into all the law of attraction,
Love it.
the law of, law of acceptance,
Okay.
the allowance. All of that has to come in. You have to be open to what's going to come to you, and then allow it to come in.
And then allow. It's so
And
good.
so expect it, put out there exactly what you want, expect it, and then let it go.
And
So don't be checking every 2 minutes with Spirit or with your tarot cards to see if you're going to get it. Just
Or
let it
say it
go.
has to happen by this time on this date.
Or that it has to
because
happen
it might
this
not be
way.
time.
Right,
And it
right.
might not be.
And it may not happen the same way. One of our favorite teachers is Mike Dooley, and he always says, beware the cursed hows, because you do not want to be telling the universe how to do it. Maybe the universe had you winning the lottery, and you say, well, no, if I'm going to get that car, I need to save $10 a week.
Exactly, exactly.
And the universe says, well, I was going to have him win it in the lottery, but if she wants to have it that way, I'll give it to her that way.
Okay, now most self-books truly are too complicated.
Right.
And they're
That's
too
what we
lengthy,
thought.
and
That's what we
and they are, and you lose focus because by the time I do this, this, and this, and this, you're just worn out, then you just sort of give up. Okay,
Right.
theirs is not. It is not a long book, and it's very easy. They are self-steps, and it's true. There are different chapters that I really related to. Others, okay, I think I've kind of got that. You will love the book. So let's look at a great illustration, and that's the two of you. Again, they're all throughout the book in caricature form. The two of you are at the Great Life Depot, and this is at the beginning of the book, and it says, getting started, let the dream begin. I love that. And then the simple steps to start. Let's get a picture of this. And they have listed over here on the signs, intuition, get a list, logic, Joyville, plant your time, plenty of time, take a walk, meditation. These are some ideas. Make a list. It's wonderful. Take it, okay? And then 16 and 17. Okay, now please
Well,
go
these are
ahead.
broken down into 2-page
Yes,
increments. So you
yes.
just kind of, when you said open it, everything basically in 2-page articles.
Right.
So it's very easy to just look at it and do whatever that says for the day.
Exactly.
Take the next step.
Okay, then I want to go to page 16 and 17. This is just a book that you will love. It's I don't want to say cute, but it's cute. But it's cute.
Yeah.
But there's information there, so I don't want you to get lost in, well, it's cute, I don't need it, you need it. So look out. This one is figuring out what to do. And again, there are steps. Take a class. Try something new. I had an interview with Dr. Nikki Enstone. She's a great psychologist, and she wrote a book, To Have an Incredible Life. And she based that on most of her clients are stuck. They're afraid, they're trapped, and this leads to true depression.
Absolutely.
I mean, clinical
Absolutely.
depression. So I love when you all say, take a class. find the fire, find your passion. Hey, it's up to you. I mean, at some
Right.
point, we can hope that the universe will support us, but we have to, I mean, we have a responsibility.
We have to grab it when it comes.
Well, and
Okay.
too many people sit and say they're waiting for their destiny, for their life's purpose to come to them. And it's no, you have to be proactive. It doesn't just come and hit you in the head. You have to seek the information, ask for the guidance, and then listen to it and do what comes.
And there's not one answer to any of these questions. You know, if you love a lot of things, start a lot of things, and then see which one picks up energy and keeps on going.
What
You
filters
just,
out.
yeah, you cannot just sit there and wait because
And that's what
It's
you
no
feel,
fun.
that's what you feel that too many people really do,
Well,
and they'll say,
they
well,
look
I
at the big
prayed,
picture.
or I tried that, and it didn't. How long would you say that we stay with it? How long would, if
Well,
you
what
get the desire, or it really comes to you, this is what I think I would like to try.
take a step and see what happens next. Because if you're on the right track, Spirit will take the next 17 steps.
Things will start clearing and start coming to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so just take that first step and see,
Exactly.
Is-
That's usually where the stuck part is. People see the whole big picture.
Right.
And they're afraid to move forward because they can't take on all of it instead of taking that one small step. And once they take that
Well,
one
and they
small
look
step,
at the
it falls
outcome,
in.
and there's just so much of the outcome, and my kids, et cetera, all of that kind of thing. And, you know, you don't know how it's going to look when it gets here. Take a step, try it, have fun. And if you feel lighter when you take the step, then you're on the right track. If you feel anxious and worried, then stop, go sit down.
Okay, now, do you, Patricia, feel like you're living your dream?
85%.
That's a
I mean, I
great
really feel
percentage.
like I have really a fabulous, beautiful, wonderful life.
That is a great.
But I want to be doing more writing, and at this point, I have not really let that into my life or made time for it. But I love my life. It's a fun and beautiful life. All my great friends, my wonderful garden. You know, the work I do with community development is important and beautiful, and it's all good.
Okay, Francine, do you feel like you are
Oh,
living your
quite a
dream?
bit. Much more so than I was, you know, when I quit corporate world in 2004. Now I've been doing the things I've been wanting to do my whole life. And people who knew me from past jobs usually say I look so much happier. They say I look
Lighter.
younger.
Right.
You know, it's like, well, I look like that. You know?
Yes.
But it is. If you enjoy what you're doing, I think you kind of radiate that feeling out to others, and they see you in a different perspective versus the person who's all doom and gloom or all, you know, depressed, and, you know, naturally they throw off different vibes, and that's what people pick up on, and they usually don't want to be around those kind of people.
That is so true. Well, they have addressed most things. I'm just going to take, I'm going to let the universe guide me. And so I just paged through, and let's go make 98% guidelines, not 100% rules. Let's just address that for a second. So meaning that we've got to be able to change course.
flexible.
Okay, good. Be flexible. We can change course.
Well, and anything, you know, what you believed or what you did, what I did in my 20s is not what I'm going to do now, and there are just different ways to look at things. I hate people who sit in a room and say, well, we already tried that. It's like, well, that was 20 years ago. Let's give it a shot from another direction. Let's see what's going to happen. But if you make a 100% rule, then you're just blocking yourself in and keeping yourself from having a lot of fun.
Right.
Whereas if you say, well, no, I don't really prefer that, but I'll try it this time. Then
Okay.
what could happen? Something
Okay.
wonderful could happen.
Or your
Francine?
viewpoint will change over the
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Something that may have seemed really, really important to you when you were 18, you know, may not even be
Listen.
anywhere in the repertoire when you get to be 40.
That's
You
the
think, oh my
truth.
gosh, why in the world did I ever want to do that?
Why did I spend time
But the
there?
key thing is, if that feeling is still there, then you need to be acting on it. Like some people want to say they wanted to be a movie star, or they want to act. Well, so, you know, they're not in Hollywood now, but just because they have a normal corporate job doesn't mean that they couldn't do a community theater.
That's
or
right.
help out with their child's, if they like to do sets, they can help build sets.
Right.
They can still be part of that picture, just maybe not exactly the way they originally thought of it.
The more things that you incorporate into your life that you love, the happier you are.
I think, my belief is, and it's getting stronger and stronger, we're here for joy. We're not here for punishment and sacrifice and pain and suffering. We're here for joy. So pick the thing that makes you feel happy.
It's so good. That
Yeah.
is great information. You two have been terrific guests again. I'm always happy to see them. The book, of course, is Right Brain, Left Brain. Use everything you've got to create the life you want. It's an excellent book. It's easy to follow. Get this book. Fulfill your dreams. As always, be happy and keep. I'll see you soon.